What is up, party people? Hope you're doing pretty good. So, quick video. The number one skill set that you want to have with any of this stuff is being able to de-link your thoughts from your observation of reality. So, what this means is that, very simple terms, you could go deeper into this, but what you're thinking dominantly is always basically manifesting all the time, all around you. So you cannot stop being a fucking human. And a human is a mental being, right? The difference between humans and animals is that we control our minds and we consciously create things, right? So animals be, humans be, but humans also think, and humans consciously create through their thoughts at a much higher level. So when you go into the whole purpose of like law of assumption, the whole purpose behind doing any of this stuff, it's to essentially become more adept at using your mind to create reality as opposed to using physical action and playing within the constraints of commonly accepted belief systems. So, for example, you have a manifestation or you have something happen that is not to your liking. A normal person will see that and see that as final because it's real and go, oh shit, this is something I have to react to right now. This is real. I got to engage with this thing, right? What you do when you start to use law of assumption is you invert everything, because when you see something as final and you make up your mind that that's what it is, you have ripped its ability to change. Because whether you like it or not, you are creating the circumstances of your life. So you have basically given it the birthright to be a full-fledged manifestation. When you see something that is unwanted in the 3D, and you have de-linked your thought process from just pure observation, what you do is you see something unwanted and you immediately label it as a beneficial part of the process to unfold into what you want it to. This is really big. So it's like, you get something that wasn't wanted, a text from a girl that was like, not really what you wanted. They're blowing you off or whatever. Normally you would see that and go, shit, well, I guess she's not interested. Fuck, I'm out. But even that in of itself is an assumption that you have projected due to an inner insecurity that has a negative expected outcome. And that negative expected outcome is normally not just charging up that type of manifestation, but it's a chronic mood or state that is probably unfolding in other areas of your life, right? So the real power and the real permanent change comes from changing those inner assumptions and those inner types of dialogues and aligning them exclusively with wish fulfilled and not just living by your third dimensional senses. So whenever you see something that's unwanted, you basically acknowledge it and you go, oh, that's just a byproduct of past thinking. I'm a super fucking good creator. Even when you create things that are not wanted, your assumptions, your thoughts, and your emotions are still creating the entire fucking movie. So if you think about it from this perspective, right? Even if you have a car crash, your assumptions, your thoughts, your emotional states have shape-shifted reality to put you into an imbalanced mode. It affected the driver over here. It made them have a bad day, which escalated and spiraled into them not being able to focus on the car properly. It put you at a disoriented point, and it converted both of you in time-space reality to have this interaction that is a direct manifestational reflection of your internal state. So even when it's unwanted, you're a super fucking badass creator. Like, it's kind of crazy, dude. Like you are creating at such a high level that you don't give yourself credit for it. And once you can kind of appreciate the bad things that you can create simply based on the complexity of the people, places, and circumstances that you have molded to fit your internal reality, now you're like, holy shit, okay, it's not in question that I'm a really fucking badass creator. I create my whole life. This is fucking elite level shit. And there's a lot of things that you do really well. But the whole goal is when you have an unwanted thing, it's called a pivot. You want to see it, label it as something that's beneficial for your unfolding, and then pivot to the state of the wish fulfilled, right? That's how you become super Zen master, super chill, super fucking badass internally. So you see things that are unwanted and you go, cool, byproduct of past thinking. Amazing. I'm still creating at a super high fucking level, even if that was a miscalibration. The whole point of the fucking Bible is to not live without sin. Sin is an archery term. When I miss my mark, I sin. It's off the bullseye. So every time you have a manifestation that's not what your ideal is, right? And you know it because it's uncomfortable, it's not cool. That's a sin, right? So you can either die in your sins or you can follow me. Christ, your human imagination, can either accept that as final and die in it because it's unwanted. You can say, this is final. This can't get any better. I'm done. You die in it. Or you go, cool. Miscalibration, really useful tactile information of where my assumptions are, because without flight gauges, I wouldn't know how high I am. It's really, really good. I'm also a really good creator. I appreciate this. Take all my power back from it. This is who I am. Nothing externally defines who I am. I'm a perfect driver. I drive perfectly 100% of the time. This isn't even real. This is just a holographic matrix, and it just reflects my internal being. The real reality is my fourth dimensional mind. All my power is in my mind. I'm here. This is who I am from now on. And you just snuff the fucking energy out of it, because the only energy that it can feed off of is your awareness. So if you suck your awareness out of it, the whole structure collapses. So this is a really important aspect of law of assumption. Your dominant assumptions always play out. Ensure that you have macro big dominant assumptions. Anything that's not wanted is just a byproduct of past thinking. Good, great, love it. I needed to see that so that I can change my assumption, or else if I didn't have flight gauges, I would crash into the fucking mountain, right? So good news. I got an unwanted circumstance. This allows me to change my assumptions. Good news. When I change my assumptions, they can gain dominant momentum, and they can become so dominant that this experience can not only be reversed, but it can also be leading to an escalation of a macro level of great experiences, simply based off of, now that I have information, I can change this dominant assumption about this entire aspect of my life. And once that's changed, that aspect of my life will be better than what I think it could be right now, simply based on the fact that every time I have contrast, the opposite reality is created because of the polarity of mind. So anytime that there's an unwanted reality, simultaneously it creates its opposite, which now gives me something to lock onto. And now I'm in full gangster mode. I'm in that wanted reality as of right now. But that comes from being aware of breaking your thoughts away from manifestations and not letting yourself spiral. Anytime something's not going well, it's a thought pattern, it's an emotion, it's an assumption. It's not the actual thing. The thing is the byproduct, right? Physical events are not causative events. They are effects from internal. It's really, really cool, because now you have massive control over your reality, you have massive creative control. You have precision control too, right? You can really, once you get the macro assumption the way you want it, everything has to play out within the domain of that assumption. Now you can hyper focus in on realities that have been bugging you for a long time, because your assumption is that everything goes well for you. Now you focus in on what you want. That assumption backs up the entire focus in the manifestational process of everything works out for me. So now the chain of events, the bridge of incidents that lead you to what you want is a lot smoother ride, and you actually get what you want, and you know how to get it permanently. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys want one-on-one stuff, it's in the description. Other than that, enjoy the videos and have a killer week. I appreciate you.